Hey, Garrett, I just asked Aaron a couple minutes ago, you guys had such an epic series in Boston, such an emotional 3-game sweep for you guys. But in retrospect, it doesn't really mean a heck of a lot if you guys can't, finish this out now. How do you go about just mentally, you guys turning the page, or is that just part of the grind that you guys are in right now that you don't really think much about the rearview mirror stuff?
I think that you're probably right. I mean, we don't think too much about the rear view at this point in time. I think each individual player is probably pulling off some of the things that they may have done well in that series that they want to continue to do well here. But you know, Toronto really doesn't give you the opportunity to leave your brain in Boston while you're going to be playing a 3-game series here. So,
does the off day help in that regard, Gerrit, as far as just kind of pressing the reset button, or is it tough to gauge that stuff?
Just helps from the travel. We got in at 4 a.m.
Right.
It's a wonderful thing about the schedule.
Right. Thank you.
We'll take the next question from Eric Boland.
Gerrit, just the Blue Jays lineup specifically, what is the biggest challenge that they pose besides the obvious the ability to go deep with so many of their guys?
Well, I mean, I think probably there's balanced production. I think all the way through the lineup. You mentioned the home runs. I mean, but there's a lot of runs scored. There's a lot of RBIs, which means, people are moving runners and causing traffic and getting a lot of 2-out hits in order, that's the only way to accumulate, some of those statistics. So, and their key cogs in that nature are not just, at the top of the lineup. They are spread out through the middle and occasionally down towards the end. So, just a lot of balanced approaches and a balanced lineup.
And just Vlad Jr., what jumps out to you about the season that he's had?
I mean, probably just the consistency, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of the flashes of talent and along the way so far in his young career, but this is a full gig, and he's certainly probably hit most of his goals or come close to or exceeded them. In several different offensive categories, and he's been there for the team day in and day out. So any professional is going to respect that grind and obviously, respect the talent because it's world class.
Sweeney Murdy, you have the next question.
Hey, Gerrit, I believe you haven't actually gotten a chance to see Luis Severino pitch up close until last week because he's been out the whole time you've been here. What did you think of the way he threw the ball last week?
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. I was pleasantly surprised at the feel for the off-speed pitches. I thought I really can't remember him egregiously not really throwing a defined slider or a changeup to a general area. And I think oftentimes, even throughout the season when I'm pitching quite a bit, sometimes you lose feel for those things. So to come out of the gate and be able to attack quadrants of the zone and make defined pitches in that regard was super impressive. And then I thought that the fastball command took a significant step in the second game against Boston where he pitched. He was able to command the bottom half of the zone as well as the top and to grab leverage and put guys away. So it's been tremendously sharp for us. And it's needless to say, it's been an emotional pick-me-up, certainly for us, and I'm sure for Yankee fans too, to see him back out there. That's pretty neat.
When you see a lineup like the Blue Jays have and a lot of right-handed batters, how big of a weapon can he be? It's whatever point he comes out in this next 3 days.
To be honest, just with the repertoire, I don't see him really having a preference between right-handed or left-handed batters. It's not very often in this game where you can have a right-handed pitcher come up with a changeup that can neutralize a right-handed hitter. And we all know how effective that pitch can be against left-handed hitters. So, and he's got obviously certainly more than enough horsepower with the fastball to be able to speed guys up to a certain extent. Right-handers or left-handers, I really think he matches up well for both of them. And I think he especially matches up well in big games and big situations. So
Was that, I think, to JD Martinez, I think he threw a change to get him. Is that what you're talking about? Like,
yeah, I mean, he likes right on right changeups. I mean, I remember seeing that, a long time, a few years ago when he was pitching on regular rest throughout the year, and especially some of the All-Star seasons. I remember, that changeup on the highlight reel for sure. And it just makes him that much more tough when, he has a slider that he can, command, either use it as a put away weapon or to be able to get count leverage. It opens up, a plethora of things when he can get that third pitch going, because the fastball changeup combo is something that as long as he locates, he's going to be in a good spot, regardless of who's hitting. It's that good.
Thank you, Gerrit.
Bruce Beck, you have the next question.
Gerrit, how much do you embrace these opportunities like you had last week in Boston, like you have this week in Toronto, with so much on the line for the ball club?
A lot. I mean, understood that we would rather be in first place, but I mean, these big games are fun. These important games are fun. A lot on the line, high stakes. It's enjoyable for everybody that gets the opportunity to play in these kinds of things and watch these kinds of things. So, super, super excited to, hopefully be able to take advantage of it.